is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm
Oh,
married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 111. Can you believe it?
I'm
111.
sneezing. Achoo. Achoo.
Oh, come on.
Achoo.
That's Tyler. I'm Jake.
Huh?
And believe it or not, after 111 episodes, it still sounds like shit. I don't know how we do it every week.
You know what? Well, what happened is our parent company, they were like, we would like to send you guys to talk show boot camp. And basically what it is kind of shows you how to produce stuff, how to, make segments, all this other stuff. And then it also shows you how not to be a complete jackass when you're doing your podcast. And we were like, no thanks. We're busy.
Keep it to yourself.
Why don't you take that podcaster camp and stick it where the sun don't shine?
Wow. He did say that.
Mr.
Podcast Corporation.
What's the name of our guy? Barry?
No.
Barry D'Annunzio.
So we got a couple news topics to talk about, but you and I had this conversation earlier, and we're recording late in the week.
Yep. My fault.
Because Tyler's a piece of shit.
Yep. Gotta go to my recovery meetings.
Wow. Oh, see, look at that, folks. He turned it back on me. So we had to record a little bit later in the week, but I've also kind of gone through. The show's gone through some changes, and in those changes, sorry if I sound a little stuffed up. Got some allergies going on.
Well, we moved on from weed to coke, so
yeah, messes with your nostrils. It happens. But
you
anyway,
know how you know that's not true? Because we're talking like normal. And if we were
coked up, we'd be like, "Hey, man, what are you talking
about?
about?
You know what else? You could hear some ASMR teeth grinding.
Ooh, that's what they want to hear.
Yucky.
But what we mean by changes are clearly the strikes have been going on for a while, so we've had to divert some of our content and change some of our content.
funds have to go to take care of Tony Danza's mortgage.
Tony Dan, hold me closer, Tony Danza. I love how we just break out this song on the show. But we're still gonna have some news topics, but most of it we've noticed that we're having more fun doing. Whether it's me and Luke doing Drawn to DC, or you and I doing like the RoboCop-Palooza or something, we're enjoying doing animation. We're enjoying doing more retro stuff. So that's what we're gonna keep doing, and we're still gonna have topical things. But
I just had this horrible thought that thing I got you is making you sick.
It is. Got me this nice jersey, and it's my basement, man. I'm telling you. But anyway. So let's get into the news.
That's our news sounder.
That's pretty good.
Sound time for news.
From the desk of Jake Williams.
We're in the traffic copter right now, and it's crazy on the 405.
Oh, man, just committed. I'm sorry. Why did that joke go so dark? So, got some news about Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh.
They are in the news lately because they're
rotten.
They are. Because there's been a report that a PR firm was paying off critics to give positive reviews to bump up their tomato meter average. Because if you get below 60% on the site, you're considered rotten. Which, okay, you and I have talked about Rotten Tomatoes. When I was younger, I did use it as a resource. But as I've gotten older, the more I've realized, why do I care look, I'm not saying a critic's job isn't important. Because I think that it's good to have voices that say, hey, look.
This is crap. Why are you putting this out?
Because you're putting money into this. You're going to see these movies in theaters, or, if it's video games that you're into, you're going to spend $70 on a game you want to be in. Like, I'm not saying critics aren't important.
Right.
But I'm saying things like Metacritic or Rotten Tomatoes, I don't think that they're not as useful as they sound.
Well, you know how I knew right away. The moment I knew that Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic and all those other whatevers.
Aggregative sites. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. The moment I knew that was over was when they started showing up on movie trailers.
Yeah.
certified fresh.
Yeah.
You know what, dude? I'm over it now.
Like when Black Adam used the fan score versus because it was so much higher fan score. It was like 96% fan score, but like 40%.
It was like a 12%
whatever.
critic score because it sucked.
But yeah, so yeah, when they started doing that, then it's like okay, and it's truthfully. There are good critics out there, and again, I do think critics are important to some degree. But I also think there's a lot to be said about just going and experiencing something for yourself. Be informed. Like a lot of the times they're going to be spoiler free. So
Generally, most reviews are gonna be spoiler free.
if you're watching on YouTube, a lot of them are clearly like you can look at the time and you'll see the title, spoiler free, whatever. And I just think that value of a critic has changed a little bit over time because everything does. Because now we have everybody, ourselves included, every dipshit thinks they can have a podcast, just like us. Everybody thinks.
Yeah, we've been doing it for 6 years or so.
It's because we've given just like everything on the internet, we've been given the power to have a voice.
I can put my music out without much.
There's positives
cost.
and negatives.
Yeah.
And I make the joke about podcasts, but I am so glad that there is a medium like podcasting where once a week.
I just wish people who are already famous stopped it. Seriously.
Or the people that have been on a show doing these recap podcasts, like the Office Ladies podcast or the Real Friends, Fake Doctors, Scrubs podcast. Thanks. Celebrities. No, I'm just kidding.
Here's one thing.
Look,
I don't mind those so much because some of those actors are not Steve Carell.
No.
So they might need some income still.
By the way, I don't fucking care.
I don't either.
Let them have a podcast.
Yeah. Look, I don't care if what's his name? The one guy. Shit. Alec Baldwin. He had another podcast like recently about something.
Oh,
it was a limited series
about the Rust movie or whatever.
No, it was something else. It was something complete. It was about a real American whatever. But it was like, what are you doing? You've already mastered it. Stop it. Let somebody else have a fucking try, man.
Come on.
We don't all sound buttery smooth and like
nobody can deliver the sweaty balls like you, okay?
What a handsome man.
Alec? Really?
Did you see him in the 80s?
Beetlejuice?
Damn,
right.
Dude.
Beetlejuice, he's a smoke show.
No, Malice?
I've not
the
seen
movie he was in. You say I'm playing God? I am God.
So anyway,
dude, that movie,
so
he's fucked up.
What's come out is not okay. I want to be very clear about this story. I think some people are going to look at it as all the critics on Rotten Tomatoes are paid off.
Or already knew that.
Right. This is talking about one particular PR firm that did this. Okay, so this PR firm is Bunker 15. So Bunker 15, there was this movie coming out back in 2018. It was, this is. Oh, by the way, this is all from a Vulture article. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna look this up because I think it's. I want to get the name of the movie right. I have not seen it. Ophelia. Okay, the movie's name is Ophelia.
I remember that.
Came out in October of 2018.
Right.
Or around that time. Didn't get the best review. So it was just below the 60% threshold that was considered rotten by the critics that had seen it. So Bunker 15, the PR firm behind this movie, says, we're going to do something here. So they took a bottom-up approach. Because most companies, they'll try and get big-name critics to see this movie in hopes that it will be... It's the same with video games, with like IGN and GameSpot,
Sure.
Yeah. Certain movie critics on YouTube, they want to get their name out there and hope that they'll be successful. But Bunker 15 took the opposite approach. As the Vulture article says, it's a more bottom... we'll have a link to this article too. It's a more bottom-up approach, recruiting obscure, often self-published critics who are nevertheless part of the pool tracked by Rotten Tomatoes. Mm-hmm. Another break from standard practice, several critics say Bunker 15 paid them $50. $50, that's it. Or more for each review. These payments are not typically disclosed, and Rotten Tomatoes says it prohibits reviewing based on a financial incentive.
Yeah.
Also, I want to point out there are times when there's like sponsored content, but like anytime I've seen any sort of sponsored content, it's only been video games, but like streaming, and they're with the developers and they're asking them questions and they're playing the game. Movies, I don't know if there's something equivalent to that. But I don't think that is the real practice with movies, where like you're not gonna have a review for Get Out sponsored by Get Out, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna have something like that. And I don't know, of all the movies, I don't know how I pulled that one out. But all right. So between October 2018 and January 2019, Rotten Tomatoes added 8 reviews to Ophelia's score. 7 more were favorable, and most came from critics who have reviewed at least one other Bunker 15 movie. The writer of a negative review says that Bunker 15 lobbied them to change it. If the critic wanted to give it a barely overall positive, then I do know the editors at Rotten Tomatoes, and it could get switched, a Bunker 15 employee wrote. So they also discovered another negative review of Ophelia from this period that was not counted by Rotten Tomatoes by a writer whose positive reviews of other Bunker 15 films have been recorded by the aggregator. Ophelia climbed the tomato meter to 62%, flipping from rotten to fresh. The next month, the distributor, IFC Films, announced that it had acquired Ophelia for release in the United States. So yeah. Right there is a great example of how the aggregator is weird and the math doesn't always add up.
So can I just ask a question? How is this any fucking different than any artist or writer or movie maker or TikToker? How is this any different than anybody gets famous these days? Hey, we're gonna fucking jog the fucking algorithm. We're gonna bot farm and do all this other shit and pay people off.
We're gonna
so that my fucking movie gets picked up by a major distributor. You know what? Good for you, makers of Ophelia. Seriously.
They hustled it,
dude. That's no different than what am I doing? What are we doing? Right?
Yeah. But it's just nuts.
I'm having my album in a week and a half coming out, and it's gonna get reviewed by this Twitter reviewer named it's at Girl at the Rock Shows, and she's made her name by just she goes to a lot of shows and just talks about a lot of like indie bands and stuff. It's really cool for indie bands. And she's got a decent following, and I reached out and, hey, could you review my album? And she's like, yeah, $50. And I didn't say, hey, I want a good one.
Yeah, it's just
I'm paying her for her work, which is fair.
Yeah.
And so I gave her the $50 and she's going to review my album. Now, how is that different? The only difference is that I didn't stress.
They're paying for a positive
right.
review.
That's the only difference.
Because it's an ethical problem.
Sure is it, though?
You shouldn't be able to buy good
No, you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
But for $50 and to get from just under 60 to 62%, I don't think it's that big of a fucking deal.
Well, it's also...
If it's indicative of a larger problem, yes.
For journalistic integrity.
Yes. If it's indicative of a larger problem that this is the tip of the iceberg type of thing, then we got issues. But if this is one lone thing that happened...
I think
Rotten Tomatoes needs to do a better job of fixing their shit, and God damn it,
professional reviewers wouldn't do this.
Right. But Rotten Tomatoes needs to figure out how to make sure that doesn't happen again, and then move on. But if it's again, does more investigations need to be done? I don't know, but I really hope.
I don't know, man. Yeah. I don't know. It's a problem for integrity, but I do. On some level, understand manipulating the algorithm, but it is an ethical thing. Again, and it's really upsetting that it only took $50.
Right, and again, the big difference. I didn't say, "Hey, I want a good review." I said, "I want you to review it and tell me what you think." You know what I mean?
It gets you some notoriety.
Yeah,
good or bad.
She's gonna post it on her thing, so I'll get a bunch of views from that. And she's going to put where to buy the album on her website and on her blog, Yeah. I'm not just... $50 is actually pretty reasonable for what she's doing.
Well, that's what I mean. Sponsor... I feel like there is an issue, though.
And if you're listening, Langan, what's up?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a dicey thing, and I think I wanted to talk about it because I just think we're at a point now, and this has always been there, but that is... I think it's frustrating because I think a lot of critics, almost every single professional critic would not do something like this, and rightfully has been talking about how it upsets them because it is a serious job
Well,
for
it
them.
makes critics look bad.
This is their profession they're going after, and so I understand the frustration, and this is the problem you run into, and Jake's being a socialist. This is the problem that you run into with capitalism,
Mm-hmm.
because these critics need to make money.
Yeah.
These people need to make money. They got to pay their employees, and to think that you don't make money because of a fucking algorithm. You're not going to make your money. Like, great example. I'll bring it back to video games because I always got to bring it back to that. Fallout. I love the Fallout franchise. I've talked about it multiple times on this show. So Fallout New Vegas was developed by the the original creators. They worked for a parent company that got bought by Bethesda.
Yep.
Bethesda they did Fallout 3. They brought them in. The original creators of the first of the series brought them in to do a side game, Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
They didn't get bonuses, which, by the way, across the board, a lot of people liked. It was buggy. It had issues, but that's because they rushed it and didn't give them time to make the game that they wanted to make. And 13 years later, I was playing it, and I still fell in love with it. Like, the writing's great. It's just the game is ugly, and the engine doesn't run very well.
Yeah.
That got an 84% on Metacritic. They didn't get bonuses because it was in their contract. They had to get an 85%. This is why I have problems with Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes.
Me too.
Because it's ridiculous to not give somebody money for their hard work.
And I would also argue
one percentage.
You guys should have had lawyers read those contracts before you fucking signed them. Any lawyer worth their salt would have been like, "Don't sign this.
I don't know.
Get that taken out, or don't sign it." But
I don't know the situation.
For all I know, I mean, they might not have had a choice. If you want to be on this game that we bought from you, which is ours now, if you want to work on your own game,
I don't know if
you have to sign this.
I don't know if the Metacritic thing is actually a clause, but that is the justification Bethesda had, because I think Bethesda.
Well, fuck Bethesda.
Bethesda. Obsidian, which, funny enough, Obsidian...
It's a capitalist corporation that's preying on the weak. Fuck them.
Obsidian was the studio that worked on New Vegas.
Okay.
They were an independent studio at the time, a small independent studio. So just like movies, video games have developers and publishers. Movies have the producers, directors...
And then distributors. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So Bethesda gave them, this deadline, which was like 18 months or something, which is nuts. But they're like making it. They already had the engine. They already had a lot of the assets. They could change it, make it a different set, all this other shit.
Sure.
Whatever. But to say that, we're not going to give you, since they worked together on this game, Obsidian doesn't own Fallout. Bethesda does.
Right.
So, I think there was a situation where, like, we own this IP, not you, and we've decided we're not going to pay you more because we don't want to.
Or like
had you have gotten a 90%, maybe we could have considered giving you that money, but we don't want to give you that.
To be really honest, the amount of money they made from it,
again,
fuck you for not giving bonuses.
I don't know if it was a clause,
sure,
but it was a benchmark that they had to hit was 85%.
But fuck that corporation for being dicks to their workers.
Also, what does that say about that team? Because it kind of seems you're trying to play both sides of it. On one hand, you're trying to say, like, we believe in you. We think you can, in this deadline, you can make a game that's 85%.
But we also...
But at the same time, you're hedging your bets that they don't, so you don't have to pay them.
You know what it's exactly like? Hey, Domino's, we're kind of failing here in the 80s. What if we introduce this 30 minutes or it's free rule? Hey, our pizza still sucks, but if you get it in 30 minutes, it's a free shitty pizza.
And it's 30 minutes, so it's going to be a sloppy, shitty pizza.
If you don't get it in 30 minutes. Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah. It was them going, how do we incentivize this? And then they yanked it out from under them like a bunch of dicks. Yeah. Fuck you, Bethesda.
So that's kind of my thing. Like,
eat shit. Sorry.
So that's kind of my thing.
Also Maryland, whatever.
Because they're in Bethesda, Maryland.
Whatever.
That's where they're based.
Oh, hey, whatever.
No, not according.
Oh, I'm East Coast.
No, not according to fucking Heel versus Babyface. They're from California.
They're from California. Oh yeah, please play that bullshit.
You're boring.
Boring.
Fucking pronouns.
Are we just doing it all ourselves?
Boring. Are you happy now? Does that make you
I'm
feel better?
Fucking happy. and then some other
designs.
dude is beating your ass from behind. Where's the Reapers? Let's do a fucking Tyler Greatest Hits.
Get your ass to Mars.
Let's do a Tyler Greatest Hits. Where's the Reapers?
No. We're getting our asses to Mars.
Fucking pronouns!
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
Wow, these fucking Reapers, man.
Nobody listens to this show but us. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Because I think we're...
Crack cocaine.
I have smoked it. Regular listeners of the show know I love
All right,
me some
moving on.
crack cocaine.
Moving on. You know what he said for the crack?
I'll eat your ass.
You know how you know if somebody's smoking crack? When they keep buying lighters at your store. Why do you have to have so many lighters?
Boring.
All right, so
let's
let's move on.
And steel wool.
Stop it.
Why do you have to have steel wool?
Stop.
Okay.
You're being weird. You're talking about your crack days. All right.
But you're curious about the steel wool now, aren't you? You're like, is that a thing? Like, it absolutely is? It absolutely is.
Get your ass to Mars.
I already played it once, and we didn't get...
Don't make me play it again. Let's do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Bethesda. Anyway.
Yeah, you know why? Because...
Fucking pronouns!
No, I'm just kidding. Who gives a shit about pronouns? Moving on.
If our friends do, but yeah. You know what I mean?
you know
like-
what? No, that attitude.
Right, if
we
some-
already,
if
we
somebody-
already made that video.
Right. Yeah, if somebody...
So
yeah.
this one's coming from the rumor mill.
Woo.
There's rumors floating about.
Wait, let's start up the rumor mill. Mill.
Sound like bees here.
Mill.
Nice. So there's some rumors floating about the MCU. There's some rumors. Hold on.
That Rumor Willis is going to be in there?
If you're listening to this, you want to sit down. You want to hold on to your butts. It's
Yeah.
rumored
Yeah.
that Marvel might be looking to work with Sam Raimi again to do Secret Wars. Wow. Wouldn't that be wild?
That'd be fucking cool.
The guy that was one of the stewards of modern comic book movies with the first Spider-Man. Wouldn't that be nuts to get him to come back to do Secret Wars? But,
Apparently it's going to be a two-parter again.
well, it's going to be Kang Dynasty and then Secret Wars.
right.
So Kang Dynasty is directed by Shang-Chi's director.
Right. Daniel Destin Cretton.
Good job,
I'm gonna
because
have to
I
look
did
it
not
up.
remember that. So.
No, but I got to look it up anyway. So I can
No,
get it
don't
right.
do it.
No, you're okay. I can talk.
I
while
got
I'm
no. I
looking.
got my laptop pulled up. I'll just pull it. I'll just do it right here. I'll just type in Shang-Chi, dude. Focus.
I'm focused.
Focus on the game. Anyway. Interesting, to say the least. Here's why I think it's an interesting. Because Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness made almost $1 billion.
Yeah.
But it was very contentious. I think there's people like me and you that really... I love Raimi's style. I love how he... I've always loved Raimi movies. He's one
Right.
of my favorite directors. So obviously I enjoyed that movie.
I did too.
Not a perfect movie, and people that have criticism of it, I understand it. But it would be interesting for Marvel to, given their track record in Phase 4 and some of Phase 5, that they would try and do something like this. Because Raimi, some people, it's hard to say, because some people just don't vibe with his style. Some people think his style is too cheesy, and I think that argument could be made. Especially if you watch those Spider-Man movies, but that's what they were trying to be the golden era, the golden age.
To be
They were the
honest,
Stan Lee, Jack Kirby Spider-Man.
to be honest, if you have problems with Sam Raimi movies, you're not having fun at the movies, and I don't want you watching
they're fun
movies anywhere.
They're fun.
Dude, why would you not want to have fun at the movies?
And
I mean, Tim Burton and Sam Raimi are very much cut from the same cloth in that they love cinema. They grew up watching movies. They loved doing like guerrilla shit. Spielberg did guerrilla shit when he was growing. I mean, these are guys who love movies.
George
and it's
Lucas,
Fun.
yeah.
It's fun to watch guys who love movies make movies.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino, one of the best filmmakers of all. Why? Because he loves movies, and you can tell he's making love to that cellulite.
Again, say what you want.
Gross.
Whoa. Say what you want about. Again, you're right. That's the thing that I think is appealing to me about Raimi's style. Is it's just it is in its purest form, just fun.
Yeah.
And
I get to do this. Look what I did.
yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
And those Spider-Man movies, except for the third one, because even he said he didn't like making that movie. Those
Still not terrible, but yeah, not great. No.
Yeah, I mean, it still has its charm. Some of it. Those first two movies are fucking insane how great they still hold up. Yes, some of it still looks 2002 and 2004, but like, there's why they work. And I've had this whole conversation, and this is why I think it'd be interesting to see Raimi do something like this, because he's never done a movie this big on a budget like this, because he's Evil Dead movies were low stakes, and then he finally got his big movie with Spider-Man. But anyway, those two Spider-Man movies are pretty simple movies, and they're friendly neighborhood, because they didn't have an MCU and all this other shit when he made those movies, so they were pretty contained.
Yeah, it's ground level.
And my criticisms of the Holland Spider-Man, while I enjoyed those movies, I think it relies too much on Iron Man and too many other things.
Yes.
And it's too big. He's in space. Like, Spider-Man shouldn't be in space. Again, I understand what they're going for because he's been in the Avengers books before,
Sure.
but he said in those Avengers books, I don't belong here. He is your friendly. He's Queens.
Yes.
He's New York.
Yes.
That's what he does. And that's what those first couple Raimi movies now. Now, my question to you, Tyler, is how do you think Raimi is capable of juggling multiple storylines and multiple characters? Because he's been, even with Multiverse,
Is he capable of doing
Multiverse of Madness? He only went to 2 different universes.
Is he capable of doing what the Johnstons did, basically, and make a movie like Endgame where it's multiple characters, multiple storylines? Did I say? I'm thinking of Joe Johnston. He did
the first Captain America.
Yes. Okay.
But yeah, the Russos.
The Russos. I'm so sorry. God. But is he capable of that? Yeah, I think so.
I mean, this would be his biggest movie ever.
I just, my thing about Raimi is he's got to have good people around him, and he's been doing it long enough that he knows kind of he knows how to go into a movie no matter what the budget is. And he knows how to set the budget and do what he needs to do. And all that other like crazy shit that he might not know how to do, he's going to hire somebody to help him figure that out. Because he's got the budget to do it. And honestly, like Raimi's imagination, I would give him all the budget.
See, but
Just to see what he could do
here's
with
the
it.
thing. I think that Raimi did so well with those Spider-Man movies because he was making the books that he remembered, and he was doing the movie. He was doing his spin.
Are you asking me if they gave him like if the MCU went to him and said, like they did to the Russos, this is what we need to have happen?
Yeah.
Do you think he could pull it off?
I don't think he. But here's the thing. What I was leading towards is, I don't think he's interested in that. I think Raimi is much.
You're wondering if he would take it.
I don't think he would, because he is much more
I agree.
character driven.
I agree.
He's every movie he's made. The same theme is always at its core. They've been like morality plays, and they've been focused on one character where he like finds creative ways to torture that character.
I absolutely agree.
Spider-Man
with you.
included, because Spider-Man is always fucking miserable in those movies, and he is in the comics because that's how you keep his storyline going.
I agree with you.
They're like, oh, because if you marry Spider-Man,
I forgot the main part where he, where you didn't say that he had that.
That's just a rumor that they
Right.
would be approaching him.
And
I don't
so
think he
when you actually put it to me like that, no, I don't think he would either.
Too many moving parts. And look, I think
if I don't see the Hulk holding up a mountain at some point during this movie, I'm going to be pissed.
Look, Endgame was smashing action figures together, and I loved it. That's what you got to do with Secret Wars. But I'm also thinking that that's not a movie that Raimi wants to make. And again, like I said with Multiverse of Madness, he only really goes to like 2 or 3 different universes. Like, he doesn't really do much with that. And I think that was part of a Raimi decision. I don't know how much, because Raimi said when COVID happened, they were doing a bunch of rewrites and they had to change everything because WandaVision was now before this movie, because this movie was supposed to happen before WandaVision.
Yes.
All this other shit was going on. and they were trying to rewrite all this stuff.
You know what we should do for an episode coming up? We should go and look at what it was before COVID and
Like
imagine
the COVID deep dive.
No,
of
let's
what
try
happened
and
in MCU.
imagine how the MCU would be different right now and better if COVID never happened. I'll bet you it would be better. Right now they're floundering.
I'll say it at this point. I don't think it would have mattered. To
Really?
be quite honestly, I would.
That's
love
a fair point.
I'm not trying to shoot down the topic.
No.
We should do it.
Yeah.
And I would love to war
Wouldn't that
game.
be fun to be like, okay, so
Yeah,
this happens
it's
before
fun
that.
it's fun to play. What if
What if?
with Marvel?
Also, what if not as great as I
What
thought?
what if is what we're gonna do? What if?
What if?
No,
what
but
if?
I think
what if?
that's a fun thought experiment. But I don't think it would have mattered because I
That's
don't.
a fair. Yeah.
It's not that I don't have faith in future
No.
Marvel projects. I just Endgame was such a good close.
Almost, yeah. Just
Such a
leave it at
perfect
that
end
and
of a
start
chapter.
Over. Start
And
over.
You know what you could have done? You could have given it, and I know that's not how the world works. It's a capitalist society. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
blah, blah.
more money.
Whatever.
More money. Sequels.
You know what would have worked? Giving it like 5 or 6 years. And then going back to it and then bringing it back. And if
Or
you,
just rebooting it.
but what I'm trying to get at too is like people. It's not like people don't forget these things. It's what the problem is when you lob all these things at people constantly. Like I was talking to
There's not enough to
you know how many
stick.
people have dropped out and stopped watching the MCU, and I don't think superhero fatigue, like we've talked about, I don't think that's real. I think people are selective, and I think that a lot of people are like,
I try to
myself-
watch everything, but like I
myself
can't.
included. I am trying to be like make myself watch Ahsoka because you're like, no, you should really give it a try. Try it out.
I really am
and
enjoying
I've been
it.
meaning to, but I get to a point. It's like, what's the fucking point? When we have 6 or 7 shows. So again, would I bring back to you? Raimi doesn't want to do something
Sure,
like that.
but can I touch on something real quick? The one thing that the MCU has, or that the Star Wars universe has done better than the MCU is it's generally one show going on. Now wasn't it Mandalorian and Boba Fett were going on at the same time for a while? Book of Boba Fett
It
and
was
something else.
It was
Book of Boba Fett.
no,
and
it was
Andor?
Obi-Wan and Miss Marvel.
No, as far as I know, most Star Wars series
Hawkeye
have
was
been
like-
by themselves.
And Hawkeye ended like right before Boba Fett.
But the MCU has been throwing shit at us, dude.
Sorry, I know what you mean. Yeah, the Star Wars stuff has been pretty spread out. But
Right, like you have a series, it ends,
Yeah.
and then a new one starts. Like I'm pretty sure that at some point we've had at least two series
Mandalorian was last March,
going at the same time
by the way. Mandalorian
in
was
the
like,
MCU, like Loki and I don't know.
Mandalorian was like early this year.
I do know,
But that's what I
yeah.
mean. There's a lot of space between Mandalorian and Ahsoka because Mandalorian was like what March, early March.
Ahsoka is real. You know what makes Ahsoka really good?
What?
Ray Stevenson.
R.I.P. It's fucking wild that
Dude, did you ever see War Journal? Or no,
Punisher Warzone.
Yeah,
Fucking bonkers movie. But
dude, he's so good in that. You remember the other guys? He's almost
Yeah,
the
yeah.
best part of that movie.
dimples above a woman's buttocks. Great features. Dude, we should do an episode on fucking the other guys. Underrated movie. That movie is
you know what
funny
we
as
should
shit.
do next week is I'll take care of this. Do a Ray Stevenson retrospective.
No. Every idea you have is shit. The look on your face. No, we could do that for sure.
The thing I like about him, he's so big and imposing and so like just granite faced. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
his such a distinctive, when he's acting in Ahsoka, like he it's so effortless for him. He just literally just has to like move
Yeah.
move like an eyelash or something, and it's like, I got you.
Have you seen the movie Kill the Irishman?
Yes, he's good. I don't like his wig in that, but it's a good movie.
He's fun in that movie.
He's great in that movie, but that fucking wig.
Val
man.
Kilmer before his cancer stuff. It was like one of his last performances.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Fucking love that movie.
Way
Shane
underrated.
Black joint.
Dude, way underrated. Robert Downey Jr., Val Kilmer, Michelle Monaghan. Who else is in that? Ton of people.
Anyway, next topic. 'Cause I'm
Wait,
like,
do the.
Get your ass to Moss.
Okay, back to.
speaking of Raimi, I'm proud of myself. I held some restraint because I didn't use the drop for this one.
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
But this topic, you know what we're gonna do, Tyler?
What?
With this topic, we're gonna
Finish it! Finish it!
all right. Let's talk about Street Sharks.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we
Do we got to take a break and watch it?
yeah, we need to watch it, and we want you to stay there. We want you to,
For you, it won't be any time at all.
but you should.
Stick around.
And we're back, everybody.
Yeah.
Talking about Street Sharks.
Oh my God.
Episode 8.
Shark treatment.
Shark treatment. Introducing the character Moby Lick.
Oh my God.
Which is just fantastic.
Oh no. It's it is, you know, here's what you need to do. If you never lived in the 90s, just imagine everything that you think the 90s are, and that was what this commercial or this Did I say commercial? Because it was for fucking
it's a toy
toys.
commercial. I used to have
But this cartoon was that.
Did
you have one?
Street Shark toys, dude. I fucking
I had all the Teenage
But-
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So when this originally aired, I wasn't old enough to watch the cartoons. I got them from my brother.
Nice.
So I just inherited it, and I've always had a fondness for it. So this is the first time I've ever actually watched the cartoon.
You want to know something?
I can honestly tell you, it looks like shit.
This is the first time I've ever watched this cartoon.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's
But you know what? I kind of love it for it.
so let's. The first thing I want to see is, apparently all of them, their fins are capable of shredding concrete and pavement.
They can eat metal.
Apparently, because when they for some fucking reason, when they chase a criminal, they go under the street like it's water, and so their fins sticking up, and they're just tearing up the roads. Honestly, whatever town they live in has got to look like the state of Iowa. I mean, just shitty roads everywhere.
Plastic construction.
You know, I mean, Governor Reynolds sucks.
Stop being political. This is Street Sharks. All right. But
Let's talk about the moment where they tell the two kids what's going on, and they go, "Oh yeah, okay, that sounds good."
oh my God. So okay, we're jumping in a random episode. I thought about doing the pilot, but the thing is, like the first, like
Is it
a lot
a two-parter?
it's a 3-parter.
Oh,
So
fuck
like
off.
because it was originally like a TV movie, and then they turned it into a
God.
series.
Ugh.
But it was 100% jumping on the Rotten Tomatoes. I just saw that because I had
Teenage Mutant Ninja
the
Turtles.
TMNT wave.
Oh, do you have that?
What?
The
Oh,
clip?
I was getting ready to pull that up. And then
Well,
you called me out, you little whore.
I'm not calling you out. They don't know.
I don't know why I went to whore. That was
yeah,
mean.
right. Wow.
All right, hold on.
Um,
I'm gonna pull it up.
Okay.
Here's just a snippet. This was a clip from Robot Chicken
Yeah.
talking about Street Sharks.
Means that it's gonna be a long wait. You like hamburgers and hot dogs.
Unique character alert. Unique character alert.
It's hard not to think that when you're watching this and you're thinking of the time that this came out.
The best part about that robot chick. So a long time ago, I don't know, I can't remember why, but you and I were hanging out at my old place in West Des Moines, and we ended up watching like
we were just watching.
we watched
Robot
like
Chicken
4
on
hours
Hulu.
of Robot Chicken or something. It was ridiculous. And one of them that came up was this whole bit about the Street Sharks and how they were totally different from the Ninja Turtles. But the best part of that whole thing is like, the Ninja Turtles are 4 fun-loving teenagers, da-da-da-da, but these 4 teenagers could take fun or leave it.
That's unique take.
What?
So
They're turtles that became teenagers, but these are teenagers
So
that became
back in
sharks.
the day, believe this or not, one
Yeah.
more thing to touch
yeah.
on with Street Sharks. Back in the day, there's a 1994 toy fair
Okay.
for the Street Sharks,
Yes.
hosted by Vin Diesel
Oh my God.
with a little bit of hair. Here's that. Here's this. It's a minute and 13 seconds.
Oh, we got to hear the whole thing.
What are we looking at here?
We're looking at Boomer. This is Boomer. He's got the biggest mouth of them all. He's the whale shark. Say hello to
turned that
that
guy
round
to,
mound of
Big
pound
Slamoo.
and his power slam. Very deadly.
He just smacks the
He loves to tenderize the competition before he eats him. Then we've got Sledge the Hammerhead. Sledge the Hammerhead loves to floor the competition with the flying headbutt. You got me? He's the leader of the Street Sharks. He's a great warrior. He's got
I
the
don't like him with hair.
real shark skin, and His special power is the right hand roundhouse punch. He
It's
sent
just incredible.
Yeah, we don't need to listen anymore.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
No,
So
terrible.
it's crazy that there was so much behind this because it was absolutely a toy that was turned into a cartoon. Like it was pitched
yes.
as a toy.
Well, the two best, look, hands down, I don't give a shit who you are. Hands down, the two best 80s cartoons, G.I. Joe and Transformers. Hands fucking down. And I'm talking, we're leaving Saturday morning out of it because they weren't on Saturday morning. I'm talking about,
I know.
and what were they? They were half-hour commercials for toys.
Yeah.
Right.
This show is 100% that.
It's just another of another
They
thing.
introduced a new character named Moby Lick so
Yeah.
they could introduce that toy.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Do we
That's-
want to talk about the thing about the 90s Office?
One of the
The guys who made this?
yeah.
Was that what was going on?
So I was listening in preparation for this. I was listening to some history on Street Sharks because there's this podcast called What a Cartoon,
yeah.
and they were going to the backstory of it. And they said that there was an interview where he explained like one of the co-creators used to gift the Moby Lick toy to the females in the office as like a joke.
Ha ha!
Not cool. Kind
Not
of
at
creepy.
all.
Actually creepy. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like it's different if you know the person and you're like they're a friend of yours or something, and it's like it's like a joke, but not at the office, man. That's it's just not cool. Not cool, man.
I made the point that I work with one or two of my like female coworkers. Like you've broached subjects to a point where you know you can talk about certain things with those people that you can't with everybody else. You know what I mean? They're your work buddies, right?
Yeah.
And I made the point earlier when we were talking about it, like there's a couple of them maybe that I could tell them about that story, but I don't think I work with anybody who that would fly if I gave.
No,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like not at all.
No, yeah.
But I could tell them that story,
Especially
and they'd be
in
like,
an
"That's
office.
fucked up," you know.
Especially in an office, it's like, come on.
The '90s were a different time. Yeah, they
Different
sucked.
time.
They sucked.
Whoa. Case in point, this show.
Our show?
No, the
Oh
Street
yeah,
Sharks.
Street Sharks. Fucking. We will say that there were some funny moments, unintentionally. But the saxophone was on point, man.
The theme
Shit.
song, man. Whew.
I mean, I was having visions of L.A. Law.
Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up. 'cause
You
it's
should
good.
pull up the L.A. Law theme song.
No, fuck LA Law.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck
Fuck
you.
you. Fuck you.
Yeah. The saxophone, dude. Street Sharks. They fight. They bite. That's what they say. Dude, awesome. They stand up for left and right. Chewing up evil.
Oh, evil.
Evil.
Evil. I thought you said people. Those people.
I thought you said evil people.
People. Split the difference.
Dude, shh. Listen to that. Kenny G fucking doing Street Sharks.
That's where we're going to start. Street Sharks.
Street Sharks.
Some guy at this recording session who specialized in really terrible music.
What?
Somebody who was at that recording session who specializes in really shitty music was like, Who's that curly-haired saxophone player there? Well, his name is Kenneth. Well, I don't know if I like Kenneth, but
Kenny G.
what's his last name? Gossamer? Kenneth Gossamer. Hey, what do you think about changing your name to Kenny G? I love it.
And then I said, what do you think about?
Having sex with him.
We're going to make $1 million. Haven't
Kenny G spot.
Kenny G spot.
So, okay, so the whole plot of this episode, by the way, Dr. Paradigm, who becomes Dr. Paranoid. Not a bad name.
It's got a great disguise. I'm gonna put a robe over this gigantic deep sea diving outfit I have. I'm gonna keep the actual deep sea diving outfit on.
We gotta keep the helmet on. Stay alive.
At least, I guess.
I don't know.
Who cares?
Maybe we should have watched the first episode. But so what makes me laugh about this? So clearly a toy commercial, right? So we have Slobster,
Yep.
Slash, and I think Killamari are the villains. And
The voice for Killamari is just off.
what? Such a calm voice for this.
He's
gnarly
such a
looking-
killer. Yeah, and he's just like, hey guys, stop
fighting,
Hey,
friends.
I'm gonna kill those street sharks. And
Street
it's like,
sharks. Yeah, but yeah. So Killamari
how are you gonna kill him by taking him out to dinner with
is
him?
this fucking green muscular squid.
Hey guys, stop fighting.
Stop it!
Stop
Wow,
it.
what is this? I want to look at the toy. The toy of this is nuts. But so, like Doctor Paranoid's master plan to defeat the sharks is to create yet another
Seviant.
Seviant. Yes, by taking the very athletic Jets Taylor, who he finds out was able to mind control.
Yeah, that
Just
kind
do
of slipped
mind
through the plot
control.
until it was like, why is he running out under the flagpole? Oh,
Yeah.
he's being mind controlled. I thought he was just a really polite kid.
Sure, I'll get your pen outside.
I'll go risk
on a
my life on a
flagpole.
flagpole.
So yeah, so he's susceptible
Successfully.
is what I was gonna say.
Susceptible
to
to mind control.
Yes, so that's like great. I'm gonna make another one of these fucking Sevians. I'm gonna blend in with an orca, a killer whale.
And he's apparently the most powerful of all.
Yeah, so he merges, creates him, whatever, turns into it. Then he goes, "You will be called Moby Lick," and his tongue comes out and stretched. And this is why the whole toy would be offensive in an office to a female coworker because he's just
Yeah.
got a big tongue that sticks out
Yeah, and
on the toy.
you press something in a tongue.
Anyway, I don't think I had him, but I had definitely had like 2 or 3 of the street sharks. But there's 4, but I didn't have all of them. I didn't have Big Slamoo, that's for sure.
Dang it.
I know. What a fucking miss. Damn it. Anyway.
Where's the goddamn next? Where's the next flea
Do it,
market?
Alex Jones. Damn it.
I'll eat your ass.
Oh, okay.
I'll eat your ass.
You call
Anyway.
forward. But so he turns into Moby Lick, and then his tongue reaches out, and he fights these mannequins that look like the sharks and destroys them.
You beats the shit out of him.
And then
It's crazy.
Tyler was it's funny because I'd not thought about it until you pointed it out, because I'd seen pictures of him before this, and I kind of watched some of this episode before we watched it together. But you're like, oh yeah, it's clearly a Venom ripoff because this was made in '94, so Venom had already been in the
He's
comics.
black and white.
I'm pretty sure he was already on the cartoon at this point.
Probably.
And yeah, so he's black and white, looks like Venom, got a long tongue, and then it cuts to the transition where he licks across
camera.
the screen to take you to commercial, which is like
Well, the other transitions were a giant shark jock opening and closing.
yeah.
And then there was one final one, which was really stupid, which was all of a sudden we're looking up at the 4 sharks, and they're going, shark time! And then they dissipate, and we're in a new scene. It's like, what happened?
And somehow they're in a simulation.
Yeah,
They're being mind controlled.
Let's not even talk about the actual plot of the show, because there was none.
No, but there's things that I wanted to touch on that made me
Oh,
laugh.
when they tunneled through
So,
the mountain?
before
Because
he-
I think sharks, tunneling.
Before he even turns Jet into Moby Lick, what a name. Before he does that, he's talking to him, and like the music is so weird in this show. First of all, look, theme song. Some people think it sucks. I love the sax. I'm a sucker for some sax, especially sexy sax. And they play the sexy sax a few times in the show where it doesn't work, because there's one scene where Jet's sitting there like after he's been mind controlled, and
Before he's
or like
Moby
no
Lick.
before he
Before he's
starts mind controlling.
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah.
He's like talking to him, and the music is sexy sax, and I'm like, what's up with this music? And you're just like, I guess he's gonna fuck
You're
him,
just going to fuck him.
because that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were about to have a romantic kiss.
By the way, we didn't know that there was any mind control involved
No.
when we said that joke. And then he was like, because literally I don't even remember how
But the
he
music
got him
sounds
to right.
no. The joke is the music sounds erotic. Is like it just
No,
such a
but it
weird
was
choice.
such a point of the plot. And if you think if that's a big part of the plot, why we're not being more introduced to it? Because I literally was like, why is he on the flagpole looking for something for the doctor? And then he's like, perfect, I controlled his mind. And I'm like, what? So like I didn't get that at all until he said that.
Yeah.
And then he's hanging off the flagpole by that point.
Yeah.
I'm like, so you're going to test out to see if this this person that you can only find one of because he's his DNA or
You wanna
whatever.
Gene slam him.
Yeah.
That's what it's called, gene slam.
Okay, but you're going to risk his life on a flagpole to
Yeah.
see if it works.
It's just
You could just be like, hey, go pick up that book for me or something.
so it's so indicative of the time, right? It's such a
stupid.
90s
So
cartoon.
stupid.
And
The one dude's on rollerblades all
it's
the time.
clearly, and that's the thing too. And look, I enjoyed it because the animation sucks. The animation's not good, and it's not a like really good cartoon. It's not, but it was enjoyable for me for 20 minutes because it's 90s bad, but because I could find something I enjoy out of it, and it's just how ridiculous it is. But it's not a good cartoon.
No.
The for whatever reason, their direction was, hey, everybody do the same like radical voice.
Oh, all
for
the
every
street sharks
shark.
are the same.
We're- we're-
we got to do next is
We're-
pizza.
Where TMNT,
They
made
had
them have distinct personalities
and voices.
and voices.
These guys do not.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell who. I mean, the only real discernible one. I mean, okay, there's one orange one kind
I'll
of
pull up their names.
one kind of teal one blue one, and then the hammerhead. The hammerhead's easy to tell apart.
Jab-
He wasn't even in the.
Jab was the one who dove down and tore up the fucking road.
What an idiot!
But Riptide is the great white shark. He's the leader. Like, he's the most popular one.
So is he the first one, the blue one, the dark
yeah, he's
blue?
the great white shark.
Okay, and then who's the dude on his left?
Or sorry, he's Ripster. That's by the way, they're all brothers. So that's John Bolton, by the way, not the guy with the mustache. That's a Warhawk. John Bolton,
Oh yeah, that's
Secretary of Defense. John
I don't need to know the
But
name.
no, hold on.
the-
Ripster is the great white. Jab is the hammerhead.
Yeah.
Strex is the tiger shark.
Okay, the orange one then. I would
No,
guess.
the tiger shark, the one with the stripes.
Why don't they make the
blue
tiger
one.
shark the red,
blue-
the orange one?
Big Slamoo is the orange one.
That's stupid. You are stupid toy designers. Are you stupid? You're going to make it real easy for
Hey.
kids. No, it's a tiger shark. Make him orange.
Tiger sharks.
Kids don't know shit.
Tiger sharks.
Kids don't know shit. Hammerheads aren't fucking brown.
Maybe you should educate them. If you're gonna do a goddamn
Great whites aren't blue. Tiger sharks
Hey,
aren't.
fucker. If you're gonna make, if
You
you're gonna,
fucker.
Hey, you fucker.
Listen, you fuck.
If you're gonna make my fucking toys, you better.
Think of the fucking comedy!
All right.
Wait. Okay. We got to get I need you to have the Basic Instinct made for TV prepared. Okay.
Sure.
Why did you screw up so bad on the Street Shark designs? Well, because I was
Having sex with him.
Who's having sex?
I don't know. It just sounded cool.
Crack cocaine.
Does that sound cool, Tyler? Just say no. All right. So we're talking about.
Wait. Get the sounder again. I got a better one. Hey, maybe you should spend a little more time designing the Street Shark instead of
I'll eat your ass.
having sex with him. God damn it. Get it ready again. Let's do it over. Okay. Maybe the Street Sharks
God, why
would
are
look better if you spent a little more time designing them and a little less time.
Having sex with him.
Thank you.
Is it worth it?
So, long box?
One more thing about the Street Sharks.
You just won't let it go.
I don't want to lose a thing.
Don't wanna close my eyes. Don't wanna fall asleep 'cause I miss you, sharks. And I don't wanna miss a thing. I don't wanna miss one cartoon. I don't wanna miss your bleeds.
It's a long box.
Oh. Oh.
Oh. What do you want to do? You want to go
Do you wanna
first?
You go first.
You want to go?
I always
you
go
wanna-
first.
All right.
You are.
This week I want to talk about.
I don't care. This is the episode. Hey, you know what? This is like the real world where people start getting real and stop being polite.
Nice.
So this week I want to talk about DMZ. It's a comic book series that was published. I think the first one was 2005, 2006 under the Vertigo DC imprint. So that's like their adult.
Who are the
shit.
creators?
It's now Black Label.
Who
by
are the
way.
creators?
Brian Wood and Riccardo Burchilli.
I've heard
Brian
of
Wood
it.
is the
Or
writer.
is there a show called DMZ?
There is an HBO show. I have not
Okay.
seen it.
Is it based on the comic?
Yes, it's based on.
Well,
this.
then I do know about it then.
Yeah,
Because I heard about the DMZ show, which is based on the comic.
which I don't. It doesn't. I haven't read all of DMZ, but it doesn't seem like it's based on what I read. Like it seems like they did something a little bit different or followed.
It's based on a name only. Like they bought the property.
Again, I haven't seen it, but that's what the vibe has been. So whatever. So the what I want to talk about is the trade paperback, which shout out to Comixology Unlimited. Sometimes they're able to give you a full series. So they have, but
Ooh.
so this is. I was gonna try and see if it had the omnibus. They didn't, but they have all 12 volumes that are available. I just read the first one. Like I fucking went through it, and I always love it where because I have Comixology Unlimited, so I have a lot of different comics that I read. But sometimes there's one that just catches me, where I'm like, I gotta read this. You know, you talked about this with like Saga or something like that. You know, like there's just a certain series that just clicks, and you want to just read more and more.
Oh yeah.
And that was this. Like it kind because I had heard about this story before, or heard about this book before. It had popped up a few times when I, go to the comic shop and stuff like that. And it, like kind of caught my eye, but just never did read it.
Yeah.
So yeah, this popped up on Comixology Unlimited. I was like, shit, I'll give it a first. And I saw all the volumes were available, so I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because, I'll be honest, I don't finish a lot of books, and I get through like halfway through a lot of trades, and I just don't finish stuff. So I was like, I want to read this.
Yeah.
So the book is about a second American Civil War, and it takes place. The DMZ is Manhattan Island, and the United States is New York. And Jersey is the Free States, is what they call themselves. And the whole premise of the first volume is you follow this character named Maddie, who is a photog, like a photojournalist, who gets the gig to be on this TV show that was going to be with like this war journalist. And it's going to be like a reality show of them on the ground. And that's the name of the first volume, is On the Ground. And it follows the camera operator, which is great because I want to say, and I don't know, I didn't look into his backstory, but I feel like Brian Wood has like done something like this or knows somebody that has done this.
Yeah.
Because it's so believable that this guy fucking got dropped into a really shitty situation completely unprepared, because I've worked in media, you've worked in media, working in media. Shit go, you don't think about, there's some times where we just got to fucking pull something together in a short amount of time and have no training or have no idea what's going on. And that's how this book starts.
Okay. if you here's the thing about working in media and radio specifically, because Jake and I have had our lion's share of work in that particular media. But it's almost like if you're doing radio and nothing goes wrong, you're almost like, what happened?
What happened? Yeah.
Did we do something wrong? Yeah, I mean, I did one of the afternoon shows last week, and for a change, not one thing like went wrong. I hit everything when it was supposed to hit. all that stuff. But there's just little stupid stuff like, oh, I forgot to pot that up before I hit it.
Yeah.
You know, all that shit.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, I mean it's basic shit. Or the transmitter blows.
But this situation, this guy didn't know what was happening,
Okay.
and he gets put on this show with this war journalist, and they get dropped into the fucking DMZ, and this book gets it starts at a 10 and just keeps going. Like it's such a and yeah, there's downtime and there's world building and you meet characters and you understand the world and what they're doing. But there's also like it's still so intense, and it's such a like intense. And this is why I feel like he's been in these situations, or he knows someone that's been in the DMZ situation like this, because it's so gritty and raw and real and grounded and so good. And it's such an interesting world, and it's kind of and again it's another situation where like I don't really read a lot of stuff outside of superhero books. This is like one of those books that is just like a non-superhero book that's really hooked me.
Well, so what does your shirt mean?
Oh, this is when they were in 2021. But don't why
Was
you
it
do
Tampa
this?
Bay?
Yeah, stop
Okay.
derailing the show. But anyway, it starts at a 10 and keeps that most of the book, and I haven't started volume 2 yet, but like the war, all this stuff happens as the helicopter gets into the DMZ. It gets fucking shot out of the sky, so pretty much everybody but this photojournalist dies, and he gets rescued by this woman named Z, and she's like a nurse that works in the DMZ, and like this book doesn't shy away from the gnarly, nasty things of war. Like you find out in another issue that there were people that also survived the attack on him in the helicopter, and they were kids, and they were dismembered, and it was fucking gnarly. And it's like, shit, that is the things that they don't talk about when fucking these towns get bombed in war. And it's like, it's gross. But it's also it's written in such a way that it's interesting and charming as well. And like, it goes from some really grimness and like really like there's a few times where I like legitimately on a cliffhanger was like, oh shit, and I immediately had to start the next issue. I'm sorry I'm talking so much about this, but I just really like this book.
It's fine.
But I will wrap it up saying that like there's he's with these guys that are called the Ghosts.
Okay.
And like this book also changes art styles sometimes. It reminded me of like Spider-Verse, how it would change art style at certain parts of the
That's
story.
on Disney now, isn't it?
I don't know. It was talking about these guys that have this reputation of being like militia types, and like crazy people that would kill people in the Central Park and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he like talks to Maddie, and he stops he's hope you don't mind me recording, and then he's like, I do mind. Turns off the recording. And he's like, I want what you're doing, like people are seeing what you're writing about his experiences throughout the book, and like they're like, we want you to get a story out, like a PSA or like a commercial. He's like, I don't want to call it a commercial because we're not selling anything, but he shows him this like this thing that they've done where they said they're underground, but he's like, how can you be underground? He's like, no, we built on top of what was here, and they like it was like I think it was a zoo or something. There's something in Central Park, essentially, and they like had their own agriculture. They kept animals, like they had livestock, they had animals alive that was like kind of in this protected little area, and they were like growing bamboo and like selling bamboo, like trading with people. Like they were actually doing good. It was perceived that they were like these, like the impression you get is like these militia, like redneck types, but actually they're good people. But then when you go along with them, they see some raiders and they have to fight them, and they kill them. And Maddie's like, you said you're not bad people, you're killing people. And the book is like showing you like there's no good or bad in a fucking DMZ situation. People are desperate.
You know what that line's blurred. What really is what makes me love The Wire so much.
You would love DMZ. You would love this book.
I'm sure I would.
I kind of want to get.
But the cops are, I mean, it's the same thing. The cops sometimes act worse than the criminals, and vice versa.
I like this.
Criminals act better than the cops.
Yeah, I like this so much that I want to get a copy of it. Oh, and it's really sad too because every time it is funny because it seems like anytime you start to get attached to a character that Maddie likes, they die. because it's in a war zone.
Isn't that where life is?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like that's a DMZ.
Life in wartime.
Well, one of these guys gets killed or he's dying, and he goes, "I wanted to give you this," because he was talking to him this whole time. And it's, "What's this?" And he goes, "It's the key to my mom's house in the city." It's because he goes, "Where are you sleeping tonight?" And he doesn't respond because they get shot at. And he asked him where he was sleeping because he wanted to give him a key to his mom's place for shelter. He goes, "What you're doing is important, and you need to stay alive." And and he goes, "And by the way, we lied," because they said, "We're not the ghosts." And he goes, "We lied. We are the ghosts." And they're like, "This is what we're." And it's like a really sad, emotional thing. And it's like, it's such a good book. I can't wait to read more of it. Yeah. What's on your long box today?
I watch a lot of Roku channel because I don't really have subscriptions. I did bite on Thursday night and bought my Peacock subscription so I could watch the game.
Football game.
Yeah.
Watch the Chiefs lose to the Lions.
That was a great game.
You know what that is? You know what that is?
No, it was a good game. And then I did get Disney and then Paramount again because I wanted Paramount for CBS. I can't remember what for exactly, but I wanted to be able to watch CBS.
NFL games.
Probably. I think it was for a Minnesota Vikings preseason game. Anyway, so Roku is what I watch a lot because it's got a lot of the shows that I like that I watch over and over and over again. And it's also every once in a while, they actually get some really good movies. And one of them they have is a favorite of mine. One of Steven Soderbergh's first movies is Out of Sight. Steven Soderbergh is the guy who made all the Ocean's movies.
Yeah.
Before that, he was actually well known as an indie filmmaker. Has a lot of work with Clooney and those folks and whatnot. It's kind of Brad Pitt and all those guys. But most of his movies, one of my favorite movies is called The Limey, and it stars Terrence Stamp, General Zod. He's older, but when he was in his 20s, he starred in a movie about a bank robber who has a kid. And they take those clips from that movie. Back in the 90s, this was something you didn't really do a lot, and it was kind of unheard of at the time. But his character in the movie in the 90s, he just get out of prison, and he's coming to America because his daughter was killed by this guy, and he's going to get his revenge. And she used to always say, "I'm going to call the cops," every time he went to rob a bank. His daughter did. So it's kind of, whatever, it is a big deal. Anyway, that movie's great. One of the better movies I've ever seen, ever. It's fucking amazing. Great. Out of Sight is right up there. George Clooney, Ving Rhames, Jennifer Lopez, Michael Keaton, Dennis Farina, Don Cheadle. Fucking everybody is in this movie, dude. And it's based off an Elmore Leonard novel. If you've ever read any Elmore Leonard, Jackie Brown by Quentin Tarantino is based off of one of his. Get Shorty, that movie with that's based off of Elmore Leonard movies are Leonard. Did I say movies? And Elmore Leonard movies and books are really, really good. And there's hit or miss with the movie adaptations, but this one is fantastic. Everybody in it is great. If you ever question yourself, like, hey, why was J-Lo ever in movies? Go watch this. Not only is she amazing, but she's really great. Like she steals the show actually, from guys like Clooney and Keaton and Farina and all those guys. But it's about George Clooney's a bank robber. And it's told, it jumps around a lot, like the best movies do, like Pulp Fiction and all those. It jumps around, but he's a bank robber, and J-Lo is this FBI agent named Karen Sisco. And Cisco was a show on TNT starring Carla Gugino for a couple seasons, and that was based off that character. But they run into each other during a prison break, and they kind of fall in love. And obviously, it's really stupid because she's in law enforcement. He's a escaped bank robber. So it's just how they get together and everything is fucking great. And Don Cheadle is awesome. Everybody in this movie is great. If you are looking for a movie with stars that you like that you've never seen, which is kind of hard to do sometimes if you love a star, right? You might want to love one of these stars. You're like, hey, I've never seen this movie. Check it out because everybody in it is good. So if you're a fan of somebody in this movie, and there's a lot of people in this movie, And the plot is great. The acting is cinematography. I mean, just everything. The fucking music is fantastic. David Holmes is the guy who generally does the soundtracks for Soderbergh, and he is the funkiest white man alive, dude. Funky, dude. But it takes place in Florida. It takes place in Detroit. It takes place. It's fucking great. I highly recommend it to everybody. I started watching it, and I realized I'm like, man, I fucking forgot how much I love this movie. It's so good. It just takes you from the moment where you see Clooney take his tie up at the beginning and throw it down on the ground, and they freeze frame him like this, and it's the ugliest George Clooney ever looks. From that moment, you're like, I'm hooked, dude. We're ready. Let's see this.
Hook, line, and sinker.
It's great. And there's a special cameo appearance at the very, 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 very end of the movie.
Ezra Miller.
Nope. Not telling. I'll tell you off air.
You're going to tell me right now, you son of a bitch.
No.
Tell me the truth.
Why don't you tell me what kind of a dick you're a dick? Tell me the truth. Why don't you tell me who was in this movie? I had a great time watching Street Sharks. That's a lie. Fucking hated every bit of it.
It sucked.
It fucking blew chunks, and I can't believe I watched it. I won't. The 20 minutes back that I spent watching this stupid fucking thing.
Scratch your butt crack.
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.